Hello, good morning. Good morning in Spain. Anyway, it is the 22nd of September. 22nd of September, Sunday, 22nd of September. Um, episode 19. Episode 19, everybody, of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, The First Cases. Oh my God, episode 19. It's been going on a while. I realized last night I started doing this game. I started playing this game in April. April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months. Oh my God. But you see, I've only been doing it like really once a week, because I've been really busy with teaching. So, it's been a bit difficult. And also, I played a few episodes of Suzerain as well, which I promise I will go back to when we crack this case. Yeah. So I hope everybody is well. I found out today it is World Hobbit Day. Remember the Hobbits, Lord of the Rings, and of course, the Hobbit, J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but really fantastic books. I really enjoyed them when I was a child. I really enjoyed the films as an adult. I remember the scenery in Australia. It was filmed in New Zealand, right? Yeah, fantastic stuff. Anyway, so let's get the party started, shall we? What are we going to do today? We're moving on. We're moving on. Let's do a word of the day first of all. Let me go here. All right, give me 1 second. Now, we have found out, well, actually, first of all, if you're new to this stream, I would recommend that you go back and watch the previous episodes, all 18 of them. And don't forget to like them, yeah? We've been playing Hercule. And we found out some stuff. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of things, I think. We're getting down to the business part of the game. We're finding out stuff. And what have we found out so far? Well, we found out that Margot was the blackmailer. And I thought this would be quite a suitable word. So let me just change on to the internet, and I'm going to use a word here. We can look at a word of the day, and the word is gobsmacked. Let's listen to it.
Gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked. Chiefly British, very informal, overwhelmed with wonder, surprise, or shock. I was gobsmacked and I presume you were, when we found out that Margot, the Comtesse, was the blackmailer. Okay? I was gobsmacked. So it means really surprised, astonished, astounded. Yeah? And shocked. I was gobsmacked. Now, it's a curious word. They're saying it's a British informal word here because, I don't know, in Ireland, gob means mouth, your gob. Shut your gob. Shut your mouth, Brian. And smack, so maybe it's like, I smacked my mouth, I was so shocked. Like that. I don't know, gobsmacked. We have another word. So yeah, gob usually means it's kind of an informal slang word in Ireland for mouth, and I presume it is in England, as well. The English say gobby. He's very gobby, always going on about it. We have a funny word in Ireland. We say gobshite. Let's see if they have this word here. Gobshite. No. Okay. Okay, look at this. We're going to perplexity. Now, gobshite for me is just like kind of an idiot, It's a slang word in Ireland that we use. All right, there you go. Gobshite is a vulgar slang term primarily used in Irish and British English. It refers to a person who is perceived as stupid, foolish, or someone who engages in nonsensical chatter. The term can also describe an individual of poor judgment or an unpleasant character. He is such a gobshite. Let's have a look. You stupid gobshite. The shower. It's a phrase, shower of gobshites. Yeah, they're just a shower of gobshites, you know. We use this to insult people, but it's not really a hard insult, you know, it's not a hard word. It's like, that fella, that guy, he's a gobshite. He's a gobshite. So gobsmacked, gobshite, and then gobby, someone very very opinionated, I suppose. Yeah, but we don't really say that in Ireland that much anyway. All right, let's get back. So if we go to the main one here, what next? Oh, we're going to do, so Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie was famous, the best-selling author for writing whodunits. Now, if you don't know this word, go and see previous episodes. We've described this word, we've explained this word. I say we. Oh my God. Hi, my name's Brian. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. And that's my best joke, everybody. Sorry. I have described this word anyway. I've explained this word. Whodunit. Basically, it's a murder mystery genre, and somebody gets killed. There's a group of people, and you know the detective needs to find out who did it. Who did it? But for some reason, we say whodunit. Okay, so I have a video for you today, and we're going to have a look at a whodunit, a little video. So let me go here, and let me go here, and if I go here, okay, now I need to go into slideshow. Okay, I hope this can be seen. Can you see me? Okay, great. Okay, we're going to watch a video called Whodunit. Let's have a look. So, watch the first part of the video and answer the questions. What happened? Why do you think the detective suspects that Lady Smythe could have committed the murder? So we can see there's a scenario here, the typical whodunit, kind of a very rich person's house. There's a butler, there's a maid, there's a policeman, and there's the detective. Let's have a look, everyone.
Clearly,
I've turned on the subtitles for language learners. For some reason, you know, YouTube subtitles aren't the best. They make mistakes sometimes, but this isn't too bad anyway. There's no massive, huge mistakes. But I've put it on so people can read, okay? Let's have a look. Actually, let's go back. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1, go!
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
I'm getting a bang of double entendre there. I'm getting a whiff of double entendre there for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, this kind of British humour. What happened? Well, the major was killed, and the detective said, why do you think the detective suspects that Lady Smythe could have committed the crime? So he was quite direct, you know, straight away. He said, arrest Mrs. Lady Smythe. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. Let's continue. Now, watch the whole video and say why Lady Smythe is the murderer and what we should focus on when analysing a crime scene. Now, to save time, everybody, I'm going to tell you what they do here. In this scene, they're going to make 21 changes. Yeah? 21 changes in the video, okay? If you're not watching this live, if you're watching this as a stream video, whatever, you know, you can pause, take a look at the room, be a detective, yeah? Be a detective. You're the detective today. We all depend on you. So let's have a look. There's 21 changes.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
Sorry, madam.
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
Okay. I'm going to leave it there. We'll come back to this after. We'll come back to that afterwards. Hang on. We'll come back to that afterwards and see what the changes are. So if you're watching this on a video in 2035, you can pause the video and have a look and take your time. What are we going to do next? So we've done Gobsmacked. We've done the video. Let's get back into the game. So we're on to episode 19 of Hercule Poirot. Let me just go down here. Go down here. Okay, so this should be it. And we're going to continue. So there's been a lot of things happening, everybody. All right, good. We're straight in. So if you remember, last Sunday, we questioned the staff. We're in the pantry. We talked to, actually, no, hang on, let's go here. Let's go here quickly and go through the main characters of the game. I'm going to do this really quickly because I do it every week, and it takes like ages, but, go back to the previous videos and you can see. So Angeline, she's the kind of heroine of the game, Although she may be young, it's obviously she has a mind of her own and is not afraid to speak it. She's very rich. And we met her at the beginning when there was a theft of a bracelet. So let's look at the confirmed evidence, what we have gathered, what information we have gathered so far. She has a rocky relationship with her mother, Cassandra, like many people have difficult relationships with family, it's quite normal, yeah? So a rocky relationship, we say. She has matured from when we first met her. She's unsure. She doesn't know why she's been blackmailed. She cares about the Major. The Major is the person who got killed. And then we found out that the Major is Angeline's father, which was another moment where I was gobsmacked. We have Archibald. Now, we've just questioned him in the last stream. He's the butler, yeah? And he takes pride in his work. He's Scottish. And the confirmed evidence is that he's stressed and that he received a phone call from the Major. Now, we found out last week that the telephone lines have been down for a week. So, he staged the phone call, right? He staged the phone call. The phones weren't working, but he's like, oh, yes, okay, I will get the Major for you. So, very suspicious. We're on to this, yeah? We haven't said it to him directly yet, but I think he knows. I think he knows that we're on to him, We suspect him. Cassandra, we haven't seen Cassandra for ages, but she's the mother. She's Angeline's mother. She's a matriarch. She runs the house. She's abrupt and snobbish. She's hesitant to help me in my investigation. She's very posh, and she looks down on people. Yeah, she looks down. She looks through her nose. Yeah, and there was a problem with Fleurette at the beginning. And yeah, she's difficult. She's difficult. Now we have Elizabeth. We met Elizabeth, who was the first character we met. She's a servant, a maid servant. And what have we found? We found the confirmed evidence that herself and Luke, now, it's her boyfriend, they planned to elope. They planned to elope. Past tense. To elope means to run away and get married. Luke passed away, meaning he died. He died because there's a strike. I'll come to that in a minute. He died at the factory strike. Now, Ernesto is the factory owner. He's the rich cat. He's a fat cat of the game. He's a factory owner and a business entrepreneur. He's driven by money and profits and has little patience for time wasting and small talk. Okay? I was taken aback by his bluntness, which many would consider rude, but it is obvious that the opinions of others do not bother him. He's an old friend of Madame van den Bosch. In fact, he likes her, everybody, and former business partner of the late Viscount, who is Cassandra's husband, who passed away, but Ernesto gave him some business advice which ended up bankrupting him. Now, what have we found out? He's the factory owner. He worked with the deceased major. He cares for Cassandra. He was being extorted. He was being blackmailed by the major. He's not a very good boss. He mistreated his employees, and he made Hugo an offer. We'll find out about Hugo in a moment. Now, this is the major, military guy, British military. Not a very nice guy, funnily enough. Oof, what a surprise. Yeah. But anyway, he's the body. He's the corpse. And what have we found out about him? He's ex-military. He was involved in the workers' strike. So he was working with Ernesto, providing security, ex-military, and, trying to break the strike. Huelga, hey, when we go on strike, we go on strike for better pay, for better conditions, yeah? Now, the major is Angeline's father. So, when the Viscount was away, Cassandra and the major became close friends, if you know what I mean. Okay, so he provided the security, and the security guards attacked the strikers. People got killed. Elizabeth's boyfriend Luke was killed in the riot, in the attack. And the major was extorting money. He was extorting money from Ernesto da Silva, more money for more security. Okay, we've got Florette. We haven't seen Florette for ages. She's another maidservant. I don't know where she is. Anybody else interesting? We got Gideon, who is Angeline's fiance. They're going to get married. He's very rich. He played the first blackmail demand, yeah? So you can see here, he paid the first demand. He's a supporter of the unions. Now, Gideon and his brother Zach have a history with the major. They don't get on very well. Gideon was protecting Angeline, and Hugo was invited by Gideon. Now, who is Hugo? Hugo is the trade union leader. So he's been working with he's been organizing the workers. And what have we found out? He's a union leader. Hugo and Jackie, we'll come to her in a moment, had a heated discussion. They had an argument. He wanted to confront the major about the security, about the riots, about the attacks. Ernesto made Hugo an offer, to stop the strikes. And Hugo is influenced by Jackie. We found this out. Jackie was going to try to make him famous, like a famous workers leader. Okay, now we've got Inge. Inge is another maidservant. criminal past. She was homeless, but the Countess, Margot, took her under her wing, and the confirmed evidence, she found the Major's body. She came from the women's shelter, so she was like kind of having a hard time, and then she got a job in the house. She got the job from Margot, the Countess. Now, she's following Margot's orders. Basically, she has been a spy. She's been spying on all of the other people, looking for secrets, digging for dirt. And she accessed the safe. She got into the safe for information. Now, Jackie, newspaper magnate, newspaper mogul. She's a journal. Well, she owns newspapers. She knows a lot about the guests. She knows the gossip. She was writing an article about Gideon and Angeline. Now, herself and Hugo, the trade unionist, had a argument. That was right at the beginning. And Jackie wants some information from Hugo, and Jackie fueled the riots. She got the riots started. Anything else? Anybody else? Let's have a look. Anybody interesting here? Jackie, well, Margot, let's have a look. Margot is the Countess. She's a strong, proud, strong, opinionated, and flirtatious socialite. Comtesse de Vos is a woman that knows what she wants and will not hold back in announcing it. Running a woman's shelter is admirable work. To run something. My friend runs a restaurant, like to be the manager, yeah? To run an office, to run a company, to run a woman's shelter. The world would benefit from more people like her. Now, Hercule, I think, liked Margot at the beginning, but then stuff was discovered, yeah? So let's have a look at the evidence. She does a lot of charity work. Herself and Cassandra, the mother, are longtime friends. Now, she said she has a nursing history and she inspected the Major's body. Okay. Now, she helped Inge, who was in the shelter, she helped her find a job. She has a network of helpers, yeah, spies, everybody. And we discovered that Margot is the blackmailer. If you can see my finger here, I just want to explain really quickly. I have a cat. I have a black cat called Keddy, and this morning I wanted to play with her, and in response she cut me really, really bad. Maybe that's some sort of feline kind of sign of love. I don't know, but I was bleeding a lot this morning. Anyway, going back to the game. That's Margot. Margot is the blackmailer. I was gobsmacked when I discovered this, yeah, because I quite liked her. She was doing a lot of work for the poor. Yeah, she was helping poor homeless women, you know? Very good. But she was just using them as a network of spies, everyone. Now we have Rihanna, but I'm going to call her Rihanna. And she's the cook in the house. She's not present when I last encountered the Van den Bosch family. Rihanna is their cook and has been with them for many years. I can see why after such a delicious meal yesterday. She is direct, hard-working and nurturing to the young maids of the house. I believe she is the mother figure that is there to hand out advice and a shoulder to cry on. So she's very supportive. Now, this is the thing from last week. Rihanna took ice to the Major on her own accord. So the Major was in his room. He asked Archibald for a bottle of whiskey. Rihanna took the ice up. Now, she doesn't remember before or after. Now, Rihanna is Luke's, Luke's sister. Luke being Elizabeth's boyfriend. They planned to elope, but he got killed. And she wants revenge. She was telling us, oh, if I could get my hands on the person who did this. And the other staff have said, this is all she talks about. Which is a bit suspicious now, because the Major who is the boss of the security that killed Luke, you know. Well, he's dead now, and she talks a lot about revenge, but I would suggest that this is a red herring. Again, if you don't know what red herring means, go back to previous streams where I explain it. It's a device that they use. It makes someone look guilty, and you think, ah, it was her. Her brother got murdered. Her brother got killed. She wanted revenge. The major ended up dead. It's obviously her. But that's an old trick in these kind of whodunits, you know, to kind of divert your attention away. And we call that a red herring. The last one is Zach. Yeah, I haven't seen Zach for ages. He's just this kind of party boy who's drinking, and he went to the war, and he has shell shock. He has a bit of PTSD. He's a bit traumatized from the war, as you know, as you would be. I think it would be the First World War, which was kind of traumatic. So now Archibald, we spoke to him but we didn't accuse him. Inge, we talked to her about being spying, and Rihanna was talking to us about revenge, my brother Luke. Yeah. So let's get moving. This is the pantry. I don't think there's anything to find here. Can we get out of here? This is the door to ground floor.
Oh.
There are important questions to be answered by the staff. I cannot leave now. Okay, guys, it's just you and me. It's us. Okay, we've got to go to the mind map. Dig deeper into Archibald and Rihanna's suspicious actions. Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff going on here, yeah? I'm going to turn this off. Okay, just so that you can see this stuff. Okay, so let's move on. Let's look at the mind map. This is how we are piecing together the information. This is how we are making our deductions. What have we got? We've got Hugo. We've got the abandoned clothes. That's right, because I went into the staff quarters where they sleep, and there was the major's boots, coat. I cannot think of anyone else that would own a coat like this in the house. Why is it in here? Right. And there was the boots, worn out, so they're kind of old boots. These do not strike me as a pair of boots worn by the major. There have been some hard miles walked in these. So who do they belong to? Okay. Hi, our Mac. How's it going? Static on the microphone. Is it bad? Okay. Hello. Not too bad. I thought I had this sorted out. It's a never-ending problem. The sound, you know. Okay. Hang on. I thought there was static at the beginning, actually, because I thought I could hear that. Okay, let's just keep going anyway. Anyway, hi, Mac. Happy Sunday to you. All right. Now, abandoned clothes, Hugo, Brianna, telephone, Archibald, Elizabeth. So, what have we got? We've got 4 things to work out. Hugo saw the major outside. All right, let's try this one. And then there's, how can I add these? Yeah. Okay.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Because we saw somebody outside, didn't we, in one of the earlier episodes? Yeah. I'm going to have to buy a microphone or something. Another success. I never doubted myself. Okay, so The Major would not have left such a fine coat in the staff area. Someone must have worn it. More importantly, however, who wore the Major's clothes? Notice the pronunciation there. I don't say like clothes or anything. I just say like, you open the door, you close the door. I wear clothes. Same pronunciation. Okay. Someone else wore the Major's coat. The Major would not have left such a fine coat in the staff area. Anything else? Anything else open here? All right. Here's Rihanna. Now, she was very dodgy about the ice. Because she didn't know, did she take it before or take it afterwards? Now, we know Archibald staged the phone call because the telephone lines were down. Yeah. These two are in cahoots, everybody. There is a conspiracy going on here. The theory that the Major had been killed during dinner was nothing but a ruse, a trick. Why are the staff covering for the real time of death? The staff are looking extremely guilty at the moment, everybody. Staff covering for the real-time death. Now, the problem was, it was these two. So Rihanna, when I was saying to, in last week, we were saying to Archibald, when? And Rihanna didn't know. Did she do it before or after?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Yeah. These two, Archibald and Rihanna, are up to something. They are beginning to become clearer. How can either of them forget something so important from only the day before? So what do we got? It says, Archibald and Rihanna unsure of their stories. Right. Okay. Oh my god.
I must act on thought and fact,
Okay.
not on impulse.
Alright. Archibald and Rihanna unsure of their stories, definitely. Okay. Elizabeth? Save the phone call. Yeah. This one.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Hi, username 1000IFI. Good morning. I think I like it maybe. I hope the sound is okay. Our Mac was just saying there's some problems there, so I hope the sound is okay. Well, I've had numerous problems with sound. So we're just trying to figure out the situation here. Okay, so I should not be surprised. Well, Hercule does not have any issues with his ego. He's quite happy. He's quite self-confident, I suppose is the phrase. But Archibald and Rihanna played the part very well. That is until they became complacent. They become lazy. They became, I don't know, what would be another word? Overconfident. Why do the staff feel like they need to make up stories? Why do they need to fabricate stories? Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, hello, everybody. Let's keep going. We're into some serious mind deduction stuff going on here. Now, what's next? Archibald and Rihanna fabricated the story. Archibald the butler and Rihanna the cook. They are cooking something up, everybody, I think. Where are we at? We need one more. Now, Archibald was saying, you remember, we asked him about the money. We said, like, how much, or well, not how much, but does she pay you well? And he was like, well, you know, And I think...
What a revelation.
Yes. What a revelation. I should have known at first glance that these belonged to a member of staff. But who? A staff member's boots, everybody. Let's have a look. Staff member's boots. Staff. Elizabeth. What we got? Diana. I think this is it. I think we're going for the staff, everyone. I think this is it.
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Okay. This is Hercule's typical expression. Come on, my little grey cells, my brain. We must think. Okay, what about staff maybe involved in murder and the worn-out boots?
Is there something I am not seeing?
These workers don't stand a chance. Staff may be involved in the murder's coat, and these boots. I'm not sure. Worn out boots. Maybe this? Have I done that one? Okay, all right, I've done that one already.
That is the way to solve the problem.
I'm letting Hercule down. Okay, someone wore the coat. Someone
Some
has
would say
boots.
A lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the genius. A staff member dressed in the major's clothes and took his position out in the snow for the guests to see. Why would they do this? So do you remember in one of the earlier episodes when I was in my room looking out at the beautiful snow, I saw a person and it was a staff member pretending to be the major. A staff member impersonated the major. I'm going straight down to these two. Yeah. These are my chief suspects. Rihanna and Archibald. The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together. Okay, great. I almost had to relay their stories back to them both. I obviously cannot trust a word that they have said. Why are they hiding the truth from me? It arouses my suspicions. All right, what's next? Staff are hiding the truth. Staff are definitely hiding the truth from us, yeah? Staff are hiding the truth. Obviously, everyone. Obviously.
What a revelation.
Yeah. The staff may be involved. Hang on. Where am I? The staff may be involved in the murder. So, we found the major's coat and boots in the staff quarters. We had seen a person which we presumed was the major outside in the snow, but they seem to be covering up. The staff are up to something here, I think, yeah? And definitely Archibald with his fake phone call. Rihanna is like, murder, murder, revenge, revenge, which is a little bit suspicious when the actual person ends up dead. Oh, let's have a look. Let's keep going. Where am I? What a revelation. It is a revelation I had not expected. The staff were involved in the murder, everybody. Who would have thought it? Now, while young Inge is guilty of her own crimes, being poor and homeless, associated with the blackmail, okay, she was spying. It is Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna that have been an integral part in covering up and obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. Yeah, Archibald and Rihanna. All right. The staff are involved, everybody. I am gobsmacked. Okay, let's go back to our little video. Where am I? Let's go back here. So, didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be, I don't know. Maybe De Silva. I don't know. That's what I was kind of suspicious of. Or maybe the trade union guy as well, because obviously they have like different political beliefs. But it looks like the staff are up to something there. They're knee deep in guilt. Let's go back to that video that I was showing you earlier on. The 21 changes. All right. Can I do it here? Hang on. Okay, no. So let's go back. 39. One more time, everyone. I think this is it. All right, let's just play it from. No, hang on. $39, wasn't it? 39. Hang on. So let's go one more time.
But how did you know?
Madam,
Okay.
as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out.
I've made a
Blunt
mistake.
instrument. I want each of you to tell me.
Let's start again. Sorry.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly
Now,
deed
21
took place.
differences, everybody.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
That's right, madam.
It's just a matter of observation.
To be honest, that would be impossible for me because I have absolutely no idea about gardening. I do not have green fingers. I have red fingers after my cat. Green fingers is an idiom that we use in English for people who are really good at gardening. My dad had green fingers. He could grow things. Me, not so good. So I don't really know that. I don't know that you should plant petunias or whatever they're called in May, or that's a giveaway. But the detective did. Now, let's look
The
at
real
the
question
differences.
is how observant were you?
Okay, and they're going to show us. Here we go. It's quite funny.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
So this is it, everybody. We need to look for the details. The devil is in the detail. Look at this. It's an advert for bicycles. Look out for cyclists from London, the Transport of London and the Mayor of London. Pretty cool video. I really like it. But yeah, it's just a kind of a, they're just showing us that we need to be aware of the details. There's 21 changes there. Yeah, you need to probably stop and pause and have a look. Yeah, but you can see them. Yeah, different things going on. All right, where were we? Let's get back to the game. Ahem. All right, one more time. Here we go. Anything here? It's done. Okay. Family is done. Investigate the murder. Everything is done there. And, well, that's later on. We're not talking about that. We're on to murder. The staff were already suspicious to begin with, but this confirms their involvement. Are all the staff members involved? Okay, new mind map. I am close to revealing the truth about the Major's murder. But I must understand the roles that each and every person involved played before the final puzzle is solved. Murder in suburbia, yeah. Murder in suburbia. Definitely. So where were we? Conclude each staff member's association to the murder. Okay, let's look. Let's go for Rihanna. She's definitely guilty. Let's look at these first. Elizabeth looked white coming downstairs. In the previous episode, yeah, we met her wandering around, and she didn't look herself. She looked very pale. Okay. We've got Inge, the maidservant. Okay, nothing happening there. Anything else? Rihanna helped Elizabeth after coming downstairs. Inge claims Elizabeth came looking for Rihanna's help. What reason would she have to lie? And why did Rihanna help Elizabeth? Well, there is a link between Rihanna and Elizabeth is sad. She mourns. That's a good word. To mourn is when someone dies, you know, like you're in mourning, yeah? So if someone died, well, not someone, it could be your, you know, your evil black cat, hopefully, will die. And, oh, I feel really sad, I'm mourning, yeah? Or, you know, you have a state of mourning, a nation, like, if a disaster happens in a country. Look, Elizabeth mourns for Luke. Rihanna is distraught, so she's really, really upset that Luke died. Losing a sibling, a brother or sister, must be truly devastating. As an only child, I cannot imagine, yeah, there's a typo there, living with such pain. How does Rihanna cope? Definitely.
Magnifique.
Fantastic. All right, good. Magnifique, everybody. Fantastic. So yeah, they're both really sad. I cannot imagine the pain they have felt by losing Luke. We never met Luke. His memory will live on in their hearts. Okay. Now, Elizabeth and Rihanna both grieve for Luke. So to grieve for someone is when someone passes away and, you know, you're sad, you're grieving, you're mourning, and you're in grieving. Anybody? Any ideas? Now, in the previous episode, we came out of our room and we met Elizabeth, and she looked white. She looked completely stressed out.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Right, maybe she saw the murder or something? Maybe she was a witness? She looked pale, and the other members of staff, my God, there's loads of typos, were busy with their duties. She must have found the body, but did she play a part in the murder? Elizabeth? No way, Jose. Okay, let's talk about Inge. Inge, she feels a bit disconnected. She's spying on everybody for Margot.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Thank you. I'm confident Inge isn't part of the cover-up that has clearly been a focus of the other staff, to cover something up so it's not discovered. And now, I'm confident Inge's not involved. I would blame them all. I would send them all to Australia! Oh. Inge's not involved. Well, I guess I see a pattern here. Archibald staged the phone call.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Okay, alright. Elizabeth found... Okay. Now, Elizabeth found the Major's body. Rihanna helped Elizabeth after coming downstairs. Things are beginning to become clearer, definitely. No, not Elizabeth, says our medic. Yeah, it's one of the... It's tricky, isn't it? Because it's Agatha Christie, so... Although her duties are primarily focused in the kitchen and the pantry, I don't remember seeing her. Rihanna wasn't seen after Elizabeth found the corpse, okay. She wasn't seen.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Somebody impersonated the Major. The pieces are finally coming together, everybody. Impersonating the Major was Rihanna's role in the plan. Why it was necessary, I'm not sure of yet. Why did she feel the need to cover up for Elizabeth? Rihanna was covering for Elizabeth. She didn't want Elizabeth to get into trouble. Archibald.
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
Archibald staged. There was no phone line. The phone lines were out all week, but Archibald was pretending.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay. Elizabeth found the corpse. Elizabeth found the body. Staff involved. Archibald staged the call. Maybe this one? No. That's it, the Major?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
Archibald staged a call. Rihanna wasn't...
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Archibald's acting skills came into play to cover up for a member of the staff. But who? Archibald was covering for a member of the staff. I don't know. Archibald was covering for a member of the staff. Elizabeth found the body?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Oh, guys, we're getting close. The stage phone call was Archibald's assignment. He went to great lengths to protect Elizabeth, but why did he feel the need to cover for her? While young Inge is guilty of her own crimes associated with the blackmail, it is Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna that have been an integral part in covering up and obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. What's this? Okay. Objective complete, everyone. Archibald. We're getting close here, I think. I now have all the pieces of the puzzle. I must return to my room and place them together until the result reveals itself. Any ideas? Any ideas? What do you think? Is it Rihanna with her lust for revenge? What happens? Oh, okay. We're gone out. Loading, 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 loading. All right, all right. I'm in my little room. It is time for my little grey cells to go to work. I am so close to uncovering the truth. Let's have a little walk around. Anything to see? How's the window? Nothing. Have a look at the fire. Nothing. Glass of port, maybe. Okay, let's go to the fire. This is where I do my best thinking, everyone. All right, let's have a look. Investigate the murder, the family. Bum, bum, bum. Any new information? We've got the staff are involved in the murder. It's not something I expected, but they are involved. Anything else? Okay, so really, what have we got? We've got the suspects. We've got the major's corpse, the study, the case of murder, all this old stuff. Margot, motives, weapons. The staff are involved. Multiple, maybe responsible killer, maybe still in the building. Okay, that's old stuff. Rihanna was covering for Elizabeth. Yeah, look. Archibald was pretending.
What a revelation.
Yeah. We've triangulated the clues, everybody. How could I have allowed this to slip through my grasp? Elizabeth is the murderer! Elizabeth is the murderer? I am gobsmacked. Just like I was gobsmacked about Margot being the blackmailer. That's incredible. Elizabeth was the first person we met, yeah? She was the first character at the beginning of the game. Armax says, no, not Elizabeth. It looks like it. It looks like Hercule has decided he is pointing the finger at Elizabeth. Why? Why would Elizabeth have done it? She seems very nice, although she is English. Yeah. Of all the people, well, actually there is Archibald. He's Scottish as well. Yeah. So it's a bit strange. Okay. Shall we check it out a little bit more, and then we can move on? Okay. Elizabeth is the murderer. I cannot believe I did not see it. Blinded by my own trust, she seems lovely. It's true. When I look back now, when I remember, the clues were there, staring me in the face. They were obvious. I spent my time chasing connections between the guests. Their motives and agendas were more than enough to raise my suspicion, but while distracted by them, I failed to notice the one absent, missing member of the household. What I still cannot grasp, what I still cannot understand is why? I promised myself that after that fateful day in the capital, I would not let my judgment steer me adrift to put me in the wrong direction. But once again, it is I, looking the fool. Don't worry, Hercule, you get used to it, trust me. There is nothing more that can be done tonight. I must at least try to rest my head in preparation for confronting Mademoiselle Elizabeth in the morning. Wow, everybody. Wow. Okay. Okay. The Truth, Chapter 8. Things are getting busy here. Yeah, we have to confront Margot for blackmailing, and we have to Elizabeth for murder. I'm shocked. I'm gobsmacked. And I'm a little bit sad as well. I'm a little bit sad. I thought Elizabeth was a lovely young woman and very bubbly and, very nice. And, she was going to elope with her boyfriend who got killed at the riot. And there she is now, and she's murdering people. But why? Ah, okay, right, the Major, right. So maybe she murdered the Major because his men killed Luke. Okay, that's pretty. Same with Rihanna. So maybe Rihanna's involved as well then. Maybe they are in cahoots. Yeah, maybe they are working together. Maybe. So many questions, so many questions. And I think only Hercule Poirot has the grey cells that can find the solution to it. All right. I am going to leave it there. I think that's a cliffhanger for everybody. Yeah. We have to confront Elizabeth. We need to find out. We need to get to the bottom of this. Find out why she's a murderer, and then send her to prison. Then we need to interrogate all the staff, and then send them to probably Australia. Yeah. Send them on a prison boat, and then we need to talk to the Countess that she's very, very bad for trying to blackmail all her friends. So I'm going to leave it there, okay? We will continue this. Episode 20, oh my God, that will be next Sunday at the same time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press like. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a tiny little channel. I'm trying to do some vocabulary learning for people here. I'm trying to building vocabulary for people. I hope you enjoy it. And, it's Sunday. Here in Spain, it's Sunday lunchtime, basically, so I've got like the whole day left. I might even go to the beach this afternoon. The weather's really good, Yeah, so I will finish it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And we will continue because, there is a lot of stuff happening here. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm gobsmacked that Elizabeth is the murderer. The staff all seem to be involved. They all seem to be guilty, except Inge maybe. But then she was spying on everyone for the blackmail. But we'll come to them sooner or later as well. Trust me. Take care. Take it easy. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic week. And adios.